G'day, it's Shane here from Wine and Grape TV, and thank you for joining me in my home bar again. But more importantly, thank you for helping me bring Liqueur wines to the world. Now, again, something a little different. I do try and do things a little bit differently with presenting different things to you. Now today, being the end of the winter season, end of the cold season, I thought we'd go for some Fortifieds and two interesting liqueurs. Very, very different. So the first one is from Dyson. For those that have seen my review recently, Dyson's right on the edge of what you'd call McLaren Vale. May technically be classified as Fleurieu. I'm not quite sure. This is a Liqueur Chardonnay. Now I know this is from the 1990 vintage, and it's been sitting obviously in the back of the Dyson cellar door there in some nice large oak barrels for that 20 years. So let's see how that stacks up and do the wanky thing. Now look at that colour. I don't know if you really get a good idea of that colour, but it's that golden syrup caramelly colour. And I say golden syrup because that's actually what I'm getting coming through on the nose. Bit of golden syrup, bit of that sort of that burnt toffee, burnt caramel type aroma. These barrels have been sitting in old sherry barrels, and so I'm actually getting what I suspect is a bit of sherry character coming through as well. The aromas on this is just lovely. Now in this 375ml bottle, it's going for $20 a bottle at the cellar door. Quite lingering on the palate. Starts off with that nice, treacle golden. Maybe treacle's probably better than golden syrup coming through, and then you get this sort of aged, oaky sort of infusion come through on the mid palate, and right on the back you get that little hint of sweetness, and then through that nice length that just sits in the mouth there quite nicely. Now look, it's not what you'd call absolutely classical in terms of a liqueur or a fortified wine. Chardonnay, I don't see too many Chardonnays around that have been used in that manner. But look, that's actually something well worth checking out. So I hope it, if you go past Dyson's, I don't think you can buy that anywhere else but the cellar door. Go and say good day to Alan. Maybe just even mention that Lonely Grape, Shane from the Lonely Grape sent you, and I'm sure he'll look after you. Now the second one, a little bit of a rinse here. The second one is, I suppose, not even technically wine at all, and I'm sure that's got you intrigued straight away. The second one is actually Liqueur Mead from Maxwell's. Mead, for those that are not sure what that is, mead is actually fermented honey. My wife's trying to do the dishes in the background, so might be getting some background noise from that, but I'm sure we'll struggle through. Now, Maxwell's Mead. Now they make three types of mead. There's a sweet mead, a spice mead, and this liqueur mead. This 375ml bottle is $14. The other two are $14 in the full 750ml. Now what I can tell you is the aromas on this are just massive, absolutely massive. I don't even have to really bring the glass up to my nose, but we've got to get a good sniff, so we'll get in there. Now as you suspect, there's a substrate there of honey. No surprise at all that would be there, but what really gets me in this one is there's just these aromas, these really, really lovely spices. Now I know the spice mead has a cinnamon and cloves in it, and I suspect there's a portion of those same elements in here. Definitely getting cloves, and it's not overpowering. There's a bit of subtleness to the spices, though I won't say there's a subtleness to the aroma overall. Now, mead was actually drunk in the days of the Vikings, and it was actually known as an aphrodisiac. And they used to, my understanding is they used to call the month leading into getting married, or was it after getting married? It must be after getting married. Was known as they drank the honey mead, or in translation somehow it came to honeymoon. So there's a bit of useless trivia for you. Now, sure, there's the honey there, background of the honey right the way through, okay, but there's that cloves, the cinnamon that I said before. It's almost like brandied kumquats, if you've had brandied kumquats. That's one of the overarching flavours I get in this. Look, this is a really, really interesting wine, and I'll call it a wine. Mead, particularly the Maxwell's mead, I find very, very good. I've tried other meads before and hasn't been anywhere near as successful as these wines. So I really would recommend, if you had a chance, try the Maxwell's mead. I've seen it in lots of bottle shops, so it is available. It's not overly expensive, and well worth giving it a try. Now, the thing I do with the Liqueur mead is I have it as almost like a condiment, if you like, in my pantry for cooking. Just if we think some pan-fried chicken breasts cut up, excuse me, some nice bacon fried in there as well, and then we have some nice linguine pasta, and then we make a cream sauce to go with it, and I actually add this to the cream sauce to set it all off, and the honey, so the sweetness there, the cloves, the kumquats that I meant before, all bring that together nicely and actually works so well with the cream sauce on that particular thing. Maybe not good for the waistline, but not a bad thing to try every now and then. Sorry about that. Now, the thing I did forget to mention was this liqueur is sweet. No problems in saying that it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's not cloying, doesn't coat the tongue. There is obviously that underlying acid there that wipes all that clean. It's not hugely viscous, like you would expect, say, a liqueur muscat or something like that. It's definitely not that at all. So it is a really interesting try, and I do suggest for $14 for the half bottle, even if you've never had it before, give it a go. Alright, so this is it from Shane from Wine and Grape TV for this week. Hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week, and look forward to the next week coming. Okay, and I'll see you then. Thank you very much. Bye.